What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Dylan, and welcome back to another episode of These Nuts. So, for our top 3 NBA trades that have taken place, we have the Miami Heat acquiring Victor Oladipo of the Houston Rockets. Now, you have Victor Oladipo averaging 20 points per game and 42.1 field goal percentage shooting. Now, Victor Oladipo pairing with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo could be a serious threat, because you have Jimmy Butler. He gets a pretty good amount of triple doubles per game, just as he did in the playoffs in 2020. You have Jimmy Butler with 21.3 points, 7.8 assists, and 7.3 rebounds per game. These stats could really help out Victor Oladipo. Victor Oladipo really does great when he has another player on the team getting triple doubles, just like he did when he used to play with Russell Westbrook and on the Oklahoma City Thunder, and just like he did when he used to play with the Indiana Pacers. And you have Bam Adebayo, who averages 19.4 points and 9.4 rebounds. Bam Adebayo is a very underrated center. He's undersized for a center, but he could defend other big men around the court. So I think these three together is going to be a pretty serious threat on the Eastern Conference. Then you have the Los Angeles Clippers, who acquired Rajon Rondo. And what they had to sacrifice to get Rajon Rondo was Lou Williams, who went to the Atlanta Hawks. Now, the Clippers could actually do some pretty serious damage now, because Rajon Rondo, he gets a lot of assists, and one of the things I like most about him is he has the ability to always get his other teammates involved in the game. He, from spreading the ball around to just laying back some, orchestrating the offense, all that great stuff, Rajon Rondo can do it all. I think that could really come handy in the playoffs, because for the past few years, the Los Angeles Clippers have done really well in the playoffs, but can never get to the finals. So they get Rajon Rondo, a player who can get Kawhi Leonard and Paul George more feeds. They could be a pretty serious threat this year and actually have potential of making it to the finals. Now you have Kawhi Leonard with 25.9 points per game and Paul George with 22.4 points per game. With these two stats that they're putting up right now, imagine Rondo giving them more feeds and they can put up even more. And then you have Aaron Gordon of the Orlando Magic going to the Denver Nuggets to pair up with Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic, the Joker. Now, Aaron Gordon is averaging 14.6 points per game and 6.6 rebounds. And just like Rajon Rondo, Nikola Jokic is a great passer. And this is really rare for a center, because Nikola Jokic is a center, but he can pass like a guard. So imagine the great feats like Nikola Jokic could get Aaron Gordon in the paint. Most of Nikola Jokic's assists come from in the paint. And with Aaron Gordon being a mainly offensive player and mostly dominant in the paint, that could be a pretty serious problem for most teams. And keep in mind, Denver Nuggets are third in the league for best offensive team. So imagine how far that's going to go up even more with Aaron Gordon now joining. You have Nikola Jokic with 27.2 points, 11.1 rebounds, and 8.6 assists. These stats, plus Aaron Gordon, plus Jamal Murray, can create a really big problem in the Western Conference. Right now, we have a lot of threats in the Western Conference, but let's stay on topic for this vid. Alright, so out of these top 3 trades that we just went through, I gotta say the most effective one is gonna be the Denver Nuggets getting Aaron Gordon. Now let me explain this real quick. Last year, the Denver Nuggets did really well in the playoffs. They had a great run in the playoffs until they got knocked out by the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Jamal Murray really did his thing when he popped off for back-to-back 50-point games and broke a record. And then you have Nikola Jokic, who was just great. In the playoffs, Nikola Jokic didn't really score as much, but he was a great passer. And if you saw how Nikola Jokic was spreading the ball in the paint and everything, imagine how many feeds he can get Aaron Gordon in the paint. If Anthony Davis hadn't hit that game-winning shot and knocked out the Denver Nuggets, they would have went to the finals. But I honestly think the Nuggets have a great chance to get into the finals this year. Look at Nikola Jokic. He has MVP performances each and every night he plays the game. And Aaron Gordon, he just does his thing. He's an offensive player. He can grab offensive boards, defensive boards, kick it back out, get some easy second chance points. Jamal Murray, he's just a point guard. Jamal Murray always does a great job of orchestrating the offense. So I'm glad to go with the Denver Nuggets. I really see them getting in the finals this year. Alright, so for today's bonus talk, we're going to talk about last night, the basketball game that took place that was really close, and one of the best offensive teams in the league won by 2 points. You had the Brooklyn Nets defeating the Detroit Pistons for another time last night. Now, Blake Griffin, this was his second time playing with the Nets, and he did really good. He put up 17 points, which is expected. Blake Griffin can really score, and he put up 17 points coming off the bench. And I've seen Blake Griffin play off the bench before, but it hasn't been a while. So seeing him play off the bench like this again and playing out some good amount of numbers is really great. Now, James Harden was really the topic for the day. He got 44 points and 14 rebounds, and he got another double-double. Usually he gets triple-doubles this season, but he was short by like 2 assists. But that's all good. He still got that double-double. And after that performance in the post-game interview, all he had to say was, "I am the MVP." And a lot of people are really saying that James Harden could be MVP. And I really do agree, because the candidates right now, James Harden is listed because I guess people are just tired of him getting back-to-back MVP candidates. So, but look at what he's putting up. Until the other day when the Brooklyn Nets lost to the Utah Jazz, the Nets were 16-2 on the game-winning streak. James Harden has been carrying. Now, Kyrie Irving's been doing his thing too. Kyrie Irving is like the elite scorer of the team, while James Harden is just the playmaker of the team. He can pass the ball, he can get the boards, he can score, he can do it all. And Kyrie, he just scores and he just blows the other teams away. But James Harden really has a chance of being MVP with the numbers he's putting up. Every single year, he's putting up better numbers and better numbers. His points for scoring may not be as dominant as they were last year, but his triple-doubles are really getting up there, and he can really beat a few records, maybe past Russell Westbrook. Who knows? Now, James Harden, he's doing his thing. He could be MVP. And 44 points, that's ridiculous. Thanks for tuning in into our top 3 current trades. If you want another awesome shirt like this, Rondo will not defeat me, go ahead to my business website, coolkidsdesigns.com. Stay tuned for another episode of These Nuts!